There is a high round strategy that nobody talks about for Black Ops 6 Zombies. In an age where the meta strategy is to use wonder weapons and kill streaks in camping, today we dare to do the impossible. I'm gonna show you my favorite augments to use while only using our weapons and our training skills. And what better map to do this challenge on than the Tomb? And for this test, we are gonna be using one of the most underrated guns in Black Ops 6 Zombies, and that's gonna be the PPSH. Here's the class that we're using, and believe me, hopefully you'll see why this gun is underrated. Now, I know the Tomb might be a weird choice to do this sort of game on. You're thinking, Donuts, if you want a nice easy training game, why not go play Shattered Veil? You don't have the boss zombie spam, you've got some wide open areas. The Tomb has a couple good training spots, it's got tons of boss zombies. Why would you choose to play this map? Well, I found a training spot that I knew of before, but it wasn't until recently where I really started to train there and figured out that it was really fun. Now, as we're setting up, I want to talk about the loadout and the build that we have for a second. I am using the PPSH. I don't know how it lined up before double tap, but after double tap, it's honestly not a bad weapon. It has an 84,000 damage per second, which is above average. In fact, I've tested out a lot of SMGs lately, so I will show you the damage spreadsheet, and you can kind of glance over and see all of the best SMGs, the KSV, and the Ladra coming out on top just in terms of sheer numbers. Now, obviously, there's different effects that contribute to a gun's usefulness, like the reload speed and how much ammo it has. But as you can see, the PPSH has a pretty respectable damage per second. And for all of those damage numbers there, those are done without rapid fire. And I forget how much rapid fire helps the PPSH, but I did put it on this game, which is going to make that DPS even better. Maybe Editing Donuts can do some calculations and show you just how much better it is. But now that we've reached round 6, we can turn off the Rampage Inducer, start opening up the Tomb. I recently watched the Gaming Revolution's review of Terminus, and in that video, he mentioned how much he likes the generators and how that changes the way you set up the map. I know a lot of people don't like the generators on Terminus because it forces you to go around the map and do all these things, but something that he said that I didn't really notice before was that on most other maps like Shattered Veil, the Tomb, Citadel, I always run the Rampage Inducer to skip the first couple rounds. Now, that's a great thing to do. I'm glad that the game allows us to do that, but I never put together that I never do it in Terminus because of those generators. And having those generators slows the game down a little bit, and it allows me to fully experience and appreciate the map for what it is. And I just really appreciated that perspective. And so absolutely, I want more intricate power and pack-a-punch quests. So hopefully the Reckoning will have one, kind of make us expand the map a little bit and really experience it. But here we go, free pack-a-punch crystal, we've got the Soul Reaper. And for those of you curious about the damage numbers and the zombie health bars, we will be turning those back on for a round or two just to see how good the PPSH is when it's max ranked up. Now round 8 is here. We should have, yes, there's the Mimic, which we can take care of real quick and easy. I will not be doing the Easter egg, but I might do some golden armor. We shall see. I kind of want to do this as fast as I can, but it might be fun to use the PPSH against those HVTs. But I suppose it's time we should probably buy Jug and talk about our perk augment setup. I'll talk about these throughout the game, but you know me. With Juggernog, if we're just training going for a high round, you better believe that I'm running that turtle shell augment. I just love it, and we might do a comparison once we get to the high round of turtle shell versus the regular. I usually do hardened plates and probiotic. I'm gonna try going for golden armor. It's been a while since I've done it, and I'll be honest, this is one of those videos that's basically just for me because I've been doing so much testing and so much augment reviewing over the year that I want to pool all of this knowledge into one place and show you guys kind of how I would play the game if I wasn't a YouTuber, because I kind of miss just playing the game. I'll get asked how I don't get burnt out sometimes of zombies, and the real answer to that is most of the time when I'm testing something out, I don't feel like I'm actually playing the game. So once I'm done testing something like Vulture Aid, I'll have this huge desire. You'd think I'd be burnt out, like I don't want to play it. No, it's actually the opposite. I have a huge desire to play the game normally, especially with the new knowledge that I have of all of the perks and augments that I've reviewed. And there's round 11. We actually have enough to double pack a punch, and we can take this cryo freeze, freeze the waterfalls. Oop, freeze the waterfalls, there we go. And despite cryo freeze being, I think I'm gonna test cryo freeze next for my augment review. Actually, no, I'm gonna do the Mr. Peaks field upgrade first. But after the Mr. Peaks field upgrade, I think I'm gonna go to cryo freeze because it is really good. It gets you a pretty decent damage boost that a lot of people don't know about, but it does steal your points for headshots, which is not good. But it does have Zombshell just built right into it with that ice cloud augment. Lots of people asking for Zombshell, myself included, but then somebody, I think it was a moderator, pointed out to me that Zombshell's already in the game and it's the cryo freeze augment. And between you and me, I think that it's actually better than Zombshell. Zombshell had a cooldown, but that ice cloud can pop really frequently. We're gonna switch to Deadwire for this PPSH, at least for now. Make sure not to fall down in here because they changed it recently. If you fell down, it only did half your damage before, but now it automatically kills you or takes a dying wish. But now, talking more about our perks and loadout, perhaps the second or single most important perk slash augment for high round training, it's gonna be PhD, specifically the Tribologist and PhD slider augments. Being able to slide in and around zombies at a really fast speed and save yourself is awesome. I know a couple people tried to get me on the Dr. Ram augment, and I was a big Dr. Ram user when PhD first came out because it was just so fun to sprint into zombies. But I found myself having a hard time tack sprinting into zombies in the high rounds, mainly because I'm sliding and tack sprinting so much in the high rounds, so it kind of depletes my tack sprint. And I think I'm gonna go this way because the training spot that I love to use in the tomb is gonna be through this door, and it's the Speed Cola room. I know wow, dude, that was a really fast kill, but I know that room, the quick revive room, was always my go-to, especially when the tomb first released. But keeping this door closed and just sitting in here, you're on flatter ground, so I think it's a little bit better for like camo grinding or headshots. And by the way, headshots do not just have to be for camo grinding, right? Like, zombies die faster when you shoot them in the head, so it is important to have that shooting lane to line them up and to get those headshots, so this does it very well. And then you only have to worry about them coming from here, here, and here. And that specifically is something that I think Black Ops 6 and Cold War Zombies have done a little bit hit or miss. But again, we'll get into that once we're really training in the high rounds. Dude, this PPSH is nuts. We're on round 15 and we're double pack a punch purple, so everything's a little nuts at this round. The only unfortunate thing about this training spot is, like, if you have salvage, you need to spend it, you can't go through there, you have to go all the way around, either going through the teleporter or up through spawn, which is what I normally do. Oh, I heard an amalgam. I heard it spawn in. Let's go ahead and get legendary rarity. There it is, there it is. Let's see how fast it takes to kill this guy. And that is, oh, he certainly feels like he's almost done. Come on there. There we go. I'm sure that would have been less than one magazine if I didn't reload. Now, the next perk that I think is really important for high round training, especially with super sprinters in consideration, is stamina. Now, the stamina augments that I have, I think it's the one that allows me to use my equipment while I'm sprinting, maybe? I don't know which one the minor one is. Oh no, the minor one is Hot Foot. I love Hot Foot. When you get a kill with your equipment, you run really fast. But the important one, at least in my opinion, is the major augment, and that is Stalker. And I just want you to see, if I'm shooting backwards hip firing, oh my goodness, I got stuck, that's okay. We're running backwards hip firing, we're going at this pace, right? Pretty good, pretty decent. Not decent for high rounds, but then if we have Stalker and we aim down sights, look, we're actually faster, way faster than the zombies. Look at that. We are Speedy McGee over here. I love pairing Stalker with the Infiltrator stock and specifically Tac Stance too, because look at the distance. We got so much distance now. Look, they're so far away. And especially when using your guns at high rounds, having that Stalker and super sprinters and backing away, that is game changing and literally life saving. Of course, SMG, we gotta buy some ammo. Not the end of the world. This is also a fairly decent training spot. Sometimes it's annoying because you've got like 2 mimic spawn locations in the in-between rounds, but it's not half bad. I just don't like these pillars here. Sometimes they'll trip me up too much, along with these things too, as you saw. Of course, if you've seen a bunch of my videos, I will always recommend doing some SAM trials, especially now they've recently been buffed. They actually give you back more money than it took to turn them on, which is great. And this was my old training spot, and I still train here sometimes, but there's not a whole lot of flat ground to get headshots with. Sometimes you can line them up here, which is pretty decent. Sometimes if you take your time around here, kind of train them up a little bit, you can get this going, but then they attack you from the side and you're a little bit vulnerable. So I very much like the spot we're going to this game a lot better. But there's that SAM trial done. Let's take a look out for the max ammo if it's anywhere. There it is. I believe it was 750 points to activate the SAM trial, and we got 1100 back, plus some salvage, plus a kill streak. Granted, the kill streak is pretty useless in here, but it is what it is. Also, can I say, I love the tier 2 Pack-a-Punch camo for the tomb. I love the blue and the green with the dark rock. Oh, it's so cool. And whenever you're on the tomb, you always want to use the dig sites and ether crystals because you never know when you're going to get like a free perk or something. And after a couple rounds, we have enough for triple Pack-a-Punch, so let's go see where that pack punch is. Oh, we've got a mimic in here. I killed that really fast because of insta-kill, not because the PPSH is that good, not yet. But now we have triple Pack-a-Punch, which is also an excellent Pack-a-Punch camo. I'm a sucker for purple, I really am. Oh, we should probably get tier 2 armor from up there too. If you don't know, when you're running turtle shell, because the armor mitigates 100%, oh my goodness, there's an amalgam. Because armor mitigates 100% of damage with turtle shell, the tiers of armor only increase the durability of armor. So you're not getting any extra protection from extra tiers of armor, you're just getting more durability, which, you know, is useful, especially because as the rounds progress, zombies start dealing more and more damage to your armor, so it starts whittling away faster. All right, amalgam, let's go. You and me, let's take care of those weak spots. See how, oh my goodness, that was great. That was really satisfying. That was really good. And for high rounds, I would highly recommend grabbing a death machine. Before the death machine came out, I would always run the hand cannon, which is also a good choice. But the death machine is just such a good get out of my way weapon for all of the bosses, including the doppelgast and mimics and amalgams. It shreds the amalgams. But now I'm just gonna wait until round 25 for that Wonder Fizz to spawn in. We'll point gain a little bit and hopefully buy the rest of our perks. There's nothing special about Speed Cola. I have classic formula just because I love reloading fast. You could use the one that makes your field upgrade recharge faster, especially if you're uncomfortable with the high rounds with like Ether Shroud or Frenzied Guard or something. I am running Ether Shroud just to be safe, although Frenzied Guard is very useful. Even like Tesla Storm might be really good against the amalgams since it's electric and it deals electric damage. Ooh, and there's a Mutant Injection. That's not a bad pickup either. Now, of course, we are going to try to do this without a Mutant Injection because one of the reasons I'm doing this video is I guess in the past I was a big criticizer of Black Ops 6's high rounds, and I still kind of am, but they've done a lot to fix the high rounds, reducing the boss zombie spam on Liberty Falls and Terminus with the Manglers, and with the addition of double tap and some rebalancing of some weapons. I feel like I need to give at least some credit to Treyarch for how much better these high rounds feel. Plus, I think there's an interesting conversation and strategy. I think a lot of people don't know the training strategies of Black Ops 6, so hopefully this video is entertaining and informative. But it's round 25, you know what we gotta get: double tap and Vulture Aid. And why didn't I get Deadshot before? We'll do that. We'll do Elemental Pop, and then we'll wait for the other perks. But let's talk about what we have for our perk lineup. For double tap, we have a double standard because even though I haven't ran the numbers yet, something tells me that's going to help us take care of those elites and special enemies a whole lot faster. Let's see how this does. Yep. All right. There's another Mutant Injection. Oh, the PPSH with the double. Okay. So in addition to double tap, I put on double time. So this PPSH fires even faster than what I have in my DPS spreadsheet. Now I did sacrifice FMJ, so we're really going to see how big of a deal that is. It's really difficult to quantify how much FMJ helps you. If you didn't know, FMJ does work. I did a video on it, and it allows you to collateral more zombies. Wow, this PPSH is fast. But yes, I also have double time, which further increases my rate of fire with this PPSH. I thought that'd be fun. And why not? Let's get these last two.
Depth perception. I'd settle for having depth perception again.
I know I'm against like quippy quotes right now because we have so much of them. Oh my goodness, let's do this. Let's do this. Come on. There you go. That was like 80 rounds of the PPSH. And then Amalgam is done. But Weaver just had a good quote there. He's like, depth perception. I wish I just had some depth perception again, because he has an eye patch and it just, I don't know. I don't mind quippy quotes, I guess. It's just I wish there were more story quotes, you know, more lore and character development. What's next in our perk lineup there? We got Vulture Aid, as we just figured out. The Smell of Death augment is really powerful. It negates all of the regular zombie damage as soon as you step into it. But once you're in it, it doesn't negate any damage, so it's not like invulnerability or anything. And then as the minor augment, I just have Picky Eater because we will be using our equipment. With Deadshot, we have our whatever augment it is that further increases your critical damage. Dead first, in my opinion, is worthless because, you know, one lightning strike goes off and now all of the zombies are damaged, so you're not going to get any bonus damage. So in my opinion, that's one of the weaker perks, but I might need to research that a little bit more. Elemental Pop, I also made a change. I usually don't run Vulnerabine for the weapon testing, but again, we're using our weapons, and if we have like Deadwire against Amalgams, Vulnerabine is going to be amazing. Ooh, look at that. Another Death Machine, which is great. And then I have Citrus Focus, which is just going to use the ammo mods that we have equipped, which is almost quintessential for this strategy that we've got going. Death Perception, I have Treasure Hunter, so things are going to drop more loot, like enemies and dig sites and everything. They're going to drop more loot. And then Melee Macchiato I didn't even really look at. So that's my perk lineup. We're almost ready to get into the strategy. The last thing I want to do is I want to get some triple armor, and I want to go get some golden armor. Well, actually, I think we can save money. Oh, I think we can. Okay, so we've got like 4 zombies here. Here's what we're gonna do. I think we can save 1,000 points because I think golden armor gives you triple armor right away. Oh my goodness, Mimics, I don't need you following me out there. Thank you. But to do that, I'm gonna get some decoys first. And the secret strategy, we're gonna do the Mimics first. The secret strategy for this, I'm gonna turn on health bars, and why not damage numbers, but high contrast mode. That's the secret weapon for this golden armor. So we'll place the statue head there. I want to get these. Oh yeah, look at that. You can see the high contrast mode is like death perception, but like on steroids. So we'll have the zombies be behind us because when we activate this, we don't want to be anywhere near the zombies. And then we run away. We could see those HVTs. I'm going to throw a decoy over there, way far away, and take a look at this PPSH, man. It's so nuts. Look at this. Look at this with the Vulnerabine. If I could land those critical shots, that would be epic. Oh boy, we got to be careful. We don't have much armor left. That's okay. There's, oh, almost one. Luckily, I do have enough points. Oh, we have enough points for some ammo if we need it and some armor if we need it. Just need to hit our shots. It is a little hard with the PPSH with that fast rate of fire. Oh, there's another Mimic down. Where's the last one? You can see how the high contrast mode allows you to see them. It's even further than the death perception one is. I'm going to go get some ammo, and then we'll be patient around here. Once we see them, I'm going to throw another decoy to get those zombies away from us. I don't want to accidentally spin around here. You guys, yep, step on up. Thank you very much. And that should be the last Mimic done. Collect some ammo. We'll come back over here, switch to Light Mend. And because we have so much salvage, I'm just going to go get some more decoys and armor. I was a little reckless there. And once the zombies are behind me, I'll activate the Doppelgast statue. Hold here for like 2 seconds. And these guys, you really got to slide out of the way. These ones are really fast. Usually I don't have a problem with zombies in here, but look at that, dude. I remember when this was so difficult when it first came out. You had to be like already. We were cheesing it with the mutant injections, stepping outside or activating it just before. But no, regular weapons, Vulnerabine, double tap. It's awesome. Super, super effective. There should be one, almost one. And you get even more bonus damage if you run the Juggernog augment, I think it's retaliation, that allows you to deal extra damage when you're low on health. Because we're at 1 HP here, you're always low on health, so you get even extra damage. It's really awesome. We don't need it though. There's the last one done. Running back up here. Man, it's been a while since I've done this. Oh, that was a really good Easter egg. Look at that. And this will give us golden armor for free, and there's our free 3-plate vest too. We're gonna buy ammo, even though I have a hunch the next round is gonna be a bug round. Let's switch off of this back to Deadwire, and let's turn off that high contrast mode. Now, golden armor is fantastic, especially if you're not running turtle shell, because like I said, turtle shell, more armor is just durability. So it's not that big of a deal, but if you're running like probiotic or just any other augment that's not turtle shell, then having that armor regenerate is really beneficial. And it looks like we're dealing like 4,200 damage to all of the zombies, plus an insane rate of fire. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Like I said, hopefully editing donuts was nice enough to do some calculations and throw them up on screen for you. But now I think it's time we talk about training, because I think, oh yeah, the ancient gem Easter egg. I think training, and yeah, look at those health bars just diminishing. I'm gonna keep the health bars and damage numbers on for like a round or two so you guys can kind of see how good this gun is. I think Black Ops 6, you know, it has that training mode. Does it still have the training mode? I can't even remember what the menu looks like, but it has the training mode, and it teaches you about armor, teaches you about weapon rarity and ammo mods and field upgrades, salvage points, all the classic good stuff, perks, pack-a-punch. People understand that aspect of zombies. But something is that a Sigma? Oh, I would love to upgrade that, but I won't. That's too slow for a high round strategy. I already have something else in mind. What I think every single zombie game completely utterly fails to teach players is how to train zombies. And not just, oh, you need to keep moving and survive, but I mean the literal, give me examples, give me a situation, show me the techniques I need to master in order to master your game. Training and moving around zombies was like the biggest hurdle back in the classic zombie days. Look at that, post round 30. Oh, here's an amalgam. This is what I want to see. Let's throw a decoy over there, get this amalgam. Look at that, dealing some good damage. Like I said, that double standard could be really good because a lot of the time you're not hitting those regular or critical kills. Look at that, already done. But usually at round 30 you get like 2 of them for some reason. I don't know. Can we get the doppelgast in the back? I think we can. Yes indeed. That dead wire is so good, brings them down. So especially as we're getting to the higher rounds, there's that second amalgam. I do really want to go over what makes a good zombie player train successfully. But first I want to throw a decoy right there, get all the zombies over there, and just focus one-on-one with this amalgam. Look at that. Look at that. Oh man, the days of guns being bad after round 30 are long gone. And we got another mutant injection, dude. Now, since we're above round 30, I'm gonna come over here, and instead of decoy grenades, I'm gonna get myself some stim shots. And you might want to do that too if you are taking after me and using turtle shell, because after round 30, zombies hit for a ton of damage. Look at all the mimics, by the way. Look at all the mimics. The tomb still has way too many mimics. I know they're like easy to kill, but it's just it's obnoxious. Anyway, after round 30, zombies deal 75 damage, so it is really nice to be able to have a stim shot just on demand, especially once after round 45, I think it is, they start dealing for 90 damage. But anyway, training. I usually relate training to 2 other things. The first one I love to compare it to is the old Nokia game on the Nokia phones, if you're old enough to remember, called Snake. It's a fairly popular game. It's like Tetris. It's a very classic game where you have to eat all of those fruits or dots or whatever, and the snake gets longer and longer. That is like training zombies. Each zombie is like one of those fruits or one of those dots that you eat that adds on to your train, to your snake of zombies. And so your movement should match the higher level of play of that snake game. You watch the end game of that snake game and people are going in loops, they're going around the edge of the map, they're curling back on themselves, they're doing this to wind up the snake a little bit. Those are very similar techniques to what we use to train the zombies. The other thing I'm so sorry. I forgot to do the free perk Easter egg. Clearly, I was not hurting on points. We got set up just fine. I'm sorry. But the other thing that I compare zombies to is skiing. Now, you don't have to ski to kind of understand this, but I mean, I've never skied before either. But supposedly what they tell new skiers is instead of looking at the trees, like, oh my goodness, don't hit the tree, don't hit the tree, your brain is going to focus on the tree. So if all you see is zombie, 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 that's all you're going to see. Like zombie, avoid the zombie, avoid the zombie. But instead, what they teach in ski school is they teach you to look at the gaps between the trees. That's the pathway you want to go because that's what your brain will focus on. And if that's what your brain is looking at, that's what it's going to focus on. And that's what's going to make you survive. So now, if we refresh the zombies and get them spawning in here, instead of looking at, oh my goodness, avoid the zombie, I'm looking at the spacing between the zombies. Okay, I'm gonna go here. I'm not avoiding that one, I'm just going between that one and the other one. It causes you a lot less panic to go, okay, wait, okay, there's my gap, now take it. Instead of like, oh no, there's a line of zombies, you think, okay, there's not a gap yet, so where is that gap gonna be? And gaps are probably the biggest way I think about training zombies ever. So I can either speed up or slow down, take the next gap, or if there isn't a gap, I need to kind of use that snake method and then turn back around, which you will definitely see me use, especially in this room. And if you master all of that, there are just simple gameplay decisions. I'm going to try to leave this little unedited. I'm going to try to show you. So there's a gap I'm going to run through. There's a gap between these two. I'll try to get through there. Gap between these two. There we go. Now with Turtle Shell, the strategy is a little bit more interesting for me because sometimes there are going to be moments where, especially with super sprinters, that they're just going to hit you. You're not going to be able to be fast enough to run through them, so you need to take a hit. And what I like about Turtle Shell is that it allows me to take a hit from a zombie without taking or losing health, as opposed to something like probiotic or reactive armor, where I am going to take a hit anyway, so I'm going to be low on health, and I need to wait 3 whole seconds before Quick Revive kicks in before I can start regenerating my health. So even though Turtle Shell may be riskier for a lot of people, I would love to compare the sheer amount of time that I am at full health compared to where I'm at full health with probiotic. And I think we ought to be due for an amalgam soon. And we're also getting to the point where last round I did sort of run out of ammo, which is gonna happen, and that's perfectly fine. We've got plenty of points for more ammo, but another good practice might be, oh, look at that. That was a good shooting of the gap moment. I saw a gap between the mimic and whatever zombie was coming and I shot it. That's usually what verbiage I use, shooting the gaps like that. Ooh, there's a death machine. But anyway, a good strategy, instead of sticking to one gun, we need to go get another gun, a secondary weapon. Now, I might switch my secondary weapon out, but what I do want to try, I think we're at the end of the round. We're going to have to run through all of these mimics, which are so annoying. That's 3 mimics. I would love to try this Marine SP shotgun. I do have double standard on, and I have Dragon's Breath rounds on. And just for now, I'm going to put Brain Rot, just so I can get some good damage numbers for the spreadsheet. But it looks like we're dealing like 2,000 shots damage per pellet. There's like 8 pellets, so that's like 8,000 damage, I think. What is that? That was like 3,000 damage. I don't know. Let's see what we got. Yeah, lots of mimics. Yep, that's 36. That's not great, especially with the rate of, well, actually, no, this is a pretty good rate of fire. I heard an amalgam. Where's the at? Now, this is a good example. This is kind of a high round. We've got lots of stuff going on. First things first, you want to train zombies. Just train zombies up. The faster they spawn in, the faster you can get a good controlled horde in. And then what I like to do, pull out a death machine and take care of that amalgam just like that. Just that easy. And it's only going to get easier because that death machine scales with the rounds. Yeah, I don't think I should run this Marine SP shotgun. I don't know about it. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's doing all that much. I mean, it's still one-shotting, right? Yeah, it's still one-shotting, so it's okay. Round 36. No, this is good. This is good. What I will do, I'm going to take off this Brain Rot, and instead, I'm going to put on, big surprise here, Shatter Blast. I know I know, it's crazy. But trust me, the combination of Lightning Strike and Shatter Blast is a wonderful combination, if I could ever get it to activate. But I think between the Dragon's Breath, the Shatter Blast, and the Lightning Strike, I think we're in business. I will say, in terms of the augments I have, I should go over that. For Deadwire, I have Lightning Strike and Extension. That is going to take down 60% of all of the zombies' health that are affected by the Lightning Strike. For Shatter Blast, I have Blast Chain that causes additional explosions, which you can see there. And then Blast Radius, I think, whichever one that gets you a wider range or wider radius, just to deal as much damage to as many zombies as possible. And so as we're reaching these higher-ish rounds, look at that gap that I shot there, and if it's gonna be close, you can turn your back to a zombie that you think is gonna hit you. It's really great. Boop, there you go. Still at full health. But as we get into the higher rounds, we can Lightning Strike. We're gonna need to focus on those flying guys, because those flying guys, those parasites, transform into doppelgas, and we've got enough. Oh, by the way, oh, that Shatter Blast glitched out into a zombie barrier. Dang it. We already have enough doppelgas to worry about. We don't need any more to worry about. So as we're training, we're probably going to train with the Marine SP out. In fact, I might switch this one to Deadwire. I don't know. I feel like we might deal better damage. Oh, but that was a really good Shatter Blast take. And then we can probably do this. Get a Lightning Strike going. Yep, there we go. And then maybe we'll get an Elemental Pop activation. Oh, nice gap. If nothing else, we can burn up a whole bunch of zombies like so. Get that parasite out. There's a Shatter Blast. Beautiful. Run them back through it. Lightning Strike them. Take them down on health. And it's going to be like that for the rest of the game. And between you and me, I think it's time we take off the health bars and damage numbers. I think they're just so distracting. It's hard to tell when zombies die. It's hard to tell what's going on your screen. I went back to Cold War in a recent video for the Forsaken, and man, with the medals and the mini-map and the score feed and everything, oh, it's so much. It's so much. But now this is a great example. Oh, there's a gap that we might be able to shoot. Look at that. Very good. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. We're going to take care of those parasites so that way they don't transform into anything. I think a shotgun's really good for that. And then we can come over here. We can maybe Lightning Strike whenever we get a chance. Lightning Strike, please. And use that Lightning Strike as a chance to take care of the mimics and the doppelgas that get stuck in there. Thank you very much. You're not going to be able to kill them in one magazine like you were in the earlier rounds, but you can take full advantage of it right there. And especially, oh, this is something that I wanted to cover in the tomb. The doppelgast and especially the mimics, they're not terrible. Oop, there's a good Shatter Blast. Nice. Look at that, taking care of most of the horde. The mimics especially, they don't really bother you. I rarely ever get grabbed by the mimics. I usually get grabbed by the amalgam because I'm sliding by trying to kill it. But the mimics usually just train in the back. They get struck by lightning. You can deal some good damage to them. They're usually not that big of a deal. Oh, imagine me just get grabbed right there. See, there's a Lightning Strike. We can go around and oh wow, it's already dead. And just like so, this is going to be the end of the round. Let's see how good this Dragon's Breath is doing and all these zombies. Couple shots and we are done. Round 40. Round 40. And the most dangerous part of this training strategy, all training strategies, is going to be the very first horde that you gather up. Especially here in Black Ops 6. That's a good Lightning Strike. We could focus on our Doppelgast. It's dead. Keep it going. Let's see if we can't get a Shatter Blast activation. Man, I wonder if Shatter Blast doesn't work super well with the shotguns. There we go. That's a good group of kills there. Because again, something that the game doesn't tell you, and we will start taking advantage of these insta-kills now. Something that the game doesn't tell you is that there are only a certain amount of zombies that can take place on the map at any given time. And so if you have a whole horde of like, say, 50 zombies, right? And then you kill one zombie, so you have 49 zombies, you're only going to get one zombie to try and train back into your horde. Whereas at the beginning of every round, or more importantly, if you kill a bunch of zombies, like with an insta-kill or a nuke or something, you have 50 zombies coming at you from these 3 limited locations. That is the most dangerous place to be. Oh, I heard an amalgam. We can use our death machine. till he's dead. All right. So especially during these opening sequences here, look at this training, look for that gap, shoot it. Sometimes there might not be a gap, so you might need to use an ether shroud. But again, those are the sorts of things that the game doesn't really tell you. That's something that you have to kind of intuit on your own. And I heard another amalgam coming by. There it is. Let's try to take you out. PhD slide. Oh, that was a really good smell of death there. If I'd taken advantage of that, that was really good. But I'm getting a little bit too many parasites for my liking. So let's take care of you. Shatter blast activation. Love it. Let's get some lightning strike so I can take out this mimic. Couple mimics now. That's okay. We don't need any more double points. There's a lightning strike. Take care of that mimic. Get some damage on that mimic. So many people make this mistake. They overcommit to shooting zombies, especially in these higher rounds. You need to commit first to training and let your ammo mods, let your equipment deal the damage for you. Because yes, we do also have some equipment that we can do. Oh, right, shock mimics. I should have thought of that. But normally in other zombie maps, that's actually a really good, a little bit low on health, whatever, I'm fine. Usually in normal zombie maps without the shock mimics, you can use your equipment pretty aggressively if you want to, especially with Vulture Aid here. You can see Parting Gift is really nice, getting us a whole bunch of stuff on the ground. And a nuke is also great because it will give you a little bit of respite from the zombies and it will deal a little bit of damage to the bosses and it'll stun the bosses so you can take out your death machine and take care of them. But I'm going to use that death machine, pick up a new one, and we're ready to go for another round. And it's a bug round. And once again, I really want to show you these early rounds or early part of the round because that's where I think training is like the most important skill to know. There you go. Keeping your back towards the zombies. And again, we're starting to get super sprinters in here. And look, that was like, I don't know, 5 seconds. Yeah, we've got some bosses on us, but like I said, the mimics hanging back there, the doppelgas is kind of just chilling. We could just survive here. This is what's great about training. Shoot that lightning strike, focus fire on the mimic, that's dead. That doppelgas should be pretty good. Take advantage of that. I see a smell of death. Oh, never mind. Let's see if we can't get a shatter blast with this. Oh, we did. It was a little bit further back though. I'm sure you could use cryo freeze or even a brain rot might not be a bad one as your secondary ammo mod to deal some damage, to turn some zombies and have them go at the horde. But I'm a shatter blast lover, man. I really am. But now this is a great example of what I was talking about before. We've got the whole horde hoarded up here. I'm gonna kill one zombie. Okay, good. It glitched out again. Dang it, Trick. Please fix that. But boom, there's one zombie. Okay, that's it. Yep, the one zombie. Oh, there's another zombie right there. Pretty easy to train those one zombies. So that rule, that tip and trick doesn't just apply to Black Ops 6. That applies to every zombie game ever. But when we kill all of the zombies like we're going to right there, look at that. Or with this insta-kill, now we've got this group of zombies coming in. We've got this doppelgas. We've got all of the zombies coming in again. Now I'm stuck a little bit. Shoot that gap. It's a lot more chaotic. Now, if you're fast enough, if you're practiced enough, you can absolutely do that. But don't be afraid to take it a little bit slow, kill a few zombies at the time, and practice those training skills because it's really fun. It's a little weird. Oh, I just heard an amalgam spawn in. Let's get him. Beautiful. Oop, low on health. We'll just use one of those things. I see a blockade there. I'm going to turn around. That is something I've wanted to show you for a long time. If you notice a wall of zombies like, oh, I can't get through, turn around or PhD slide. And that is such a big skill to learn. Like if I could teach you one thing with a magic wand, it would be that. Oh my goodness, would you look at that? I was grabbed by a mimic. Hasn't happened in so long. Now with turtle shell specifically, if I see a lot of like armor plates in there that I need or salvage, instead of just rushing in there head first, I'm gonna rush in there with my back towards the horde so they can just hit me all they want. And I'm not going to take any damage and I can still get all the stuff I need without losing any health. I do that with salvage. I do that with like insta kills and other drops or even the smell of death if I don't think I'm going to make it. There we go. You've just got to train your brain to play in a different way. I definitely think it's worth it. Ooh, lots of parasites. We need to take care of these parasites. Ooh, look at that. One shot, dude. I like this shotgun. And I think I'm going to take this opportunity to go activate all of the mimics. My goodness. I'm going to switch these ammo mods, I've got plenty of salvage because we're not using mutant injections. I'm gonna go dead wire on here, and I'm gonna go shatter blast on there. And I think I'm gonna go through the dark ether just to play it safe, because now when we take care of those parasites, yes, that's gonna spawn, or that's gonna, oh my goodness, this lightning strike. Ooh, that's gonna lightning strike the whole group of zombies. I feel like I would like that a lot better. Oh man. Now something to keep in mind, this is a problem with manglers, it's a problem with thrashers back in Black Ops 3, and it's a problem with abominations. The doppelgast, when they shoot, at least I think it's when they shoot. Oh, no doppelgast, get out of here. They will knock over zombies, or something knocks over zombies. I don't know exactly what it is, but something does it, and I don't like it. Are you kidding me? That smell of death was insane. That was my fault, 100%. I thought I was in the smell of death. I was just gonna have some fun. Never mind. There's a lightning strike. We gotta go by quick revive next round. I completely forgot what I was saying. All right, end of the round. Let's go get quick revive back. That was really embarrassing. I think I was talking about things that knock down the horde. I think that's what it was. The doppelgast reminded me. Let's go ahead and get dead wire going so we can shoot that guy. You know what? I don't like this. I'm gonna go switch the ammo mods back. I don't think I like dead wire back on the PPSH. But yes, you really have to be careful. Oh no, he was gonna slow me down. As we're training like this, whenever you have a group of zombies where there's no gap, that is the most dangerous thing. So when we have like a big group like this, and then say a doppelgast knocks them down over here where we're training, if we then make another loop and they're still here when we turn around, that's problematic. That's very, very problematic, because that is just a brand new barrier, and you can see he's kind of in our way now, so it just adds a little bit more stress and complexity and difficulty to our training strategy, which is why when you see me dead wire zombies, I kind of stop where I'm going, because I don't want to run too far around where I am now, the horde is now in front of me and I'm now behind them, and it's a problem. Oh no, that's the trap that's gonna kill a zombie. Yikes. Luckily, when we spawn these mimics, if we run away from them fast enough, they should despawn, except for that one. I'm just gonna eat the shroud, I don't care. Get dead wire back on there, get shatter blast back on our shotgun, as it should be. Why did I even try to do anything different? Now I gotta be really careful. We got 3 mimics. I gotta shoot this gap and an amalgam. We're dead because of stinking turtle shell. Dang it, my recommended class is my downfall. But I was gonna say we need to be careful, and see, they're knocked down, this is gonna be hard. I need to be careful because I don't have ether shroud. Not again, no. All right, we just need to go at this, so we're gonna do that. There you go, get your mimic out. Should have been a lot easier than I made it seem. Why did I hesitate? So as this game starts to get faster and faster, we're gonna have less and less time to turn around and shoot all of the zombies, which is a problem. But there are certain things that we can do to turn the odds in our favor. And I don't think I'm the biggest fan of this shotgun anymore. I think it's starting to fall off. Still killing zombies, and it's basically just a glorified thing to proc our ammo mod, so it's whatever. But a little, well, first of all, obviously if you have PhD slider, you just slide into zombies if they're in your way. That's probably going to be most intuitive for you. But there's a little known mechanic. You probably have seen it. When you shoot a zombie, it'll falter like that. Now, I call it faltering. I've seen another video call it something else. I don't remember, staggering maybe. But if you deal enough damage to a zombie, occasionally it will like stumble over. And in a last ditch effort, if it's like coming at you this way or from one of your openings, if you don't see a gap, what you can do is you can shoot a zombie, stagger it, falter it like that, and then that will give you an opening. So I wish they did it more often, but it would be a little bit weird, because then when you're lining up heads and you just shot the horde, then they would all kind of stagger and you wouldn't get any headshots. So it's probably decently balanced as it is. Oh, we should go get quick revive. We need to go get quick revive real quick. And I'm aware how disappointing it is showing you this strategy for the best training tips and tricks and me going down. What we're gonna do is at round 50, I'm gonna save and quit, and we're gonna see how good probiotic and hardened plates are. And then we can kind of feel the difference. You do got to be careful with the bug rounds. If you can't kill them fast enough, the bug attacks are really strong. But with Picky Eater, I mean, you're just swimming in all of this equipment, like all these stim shots and everything. So really, don't worry about it too much. But here's a mimic. This is round 49. Look at that. All right. We gotta lock in. Don't embarrass yourself anymore, Donuts. Come on. Look for those gaps. Sometimes the gap is really, really small and you have to like cut inside and way train differently. Like there's a wall there, I'm gonna cut back around, and look at that, now we're good and we can kind of snake back around, right? Just like the snake game, and there you go. Couple seconds in, we've got all our entire horde, we've eliminated the parasites, and we can go to town with this PPSH, dude. It's nuts. It's so good. There's a zombie, we can falter it, create a little opening, right? This is what I love about zombies. It gets like, I know people often say, oh, you're just running in a circle, like it's so easy or it's so boring, but hopefully this game has kind of showed you there's so much more strategy and moment-to-moment gameplay in this that it's just, I've always said it's mentally stimulating because it's that 30-second gameplay loop that you're doing over and over and over again. You're constantly looking for a way to kill zombies, and then once you kill zombies, they'll respawn, so you're looking for a way to avoid those zombies. And then, okay, I think I see an opening. We're gonna shoot the zombies, activate our ammo mod. Okay, cool. Shotgun a couple zombies, there we go. And then now that they're respawning, go back in. And as the rounds keep going higher and higher, and you feel this a lot in Black Ops 3 and and classic zombies with a lower health, because at all times you're like a 5 hit away, and especially in Black Ops 3, they like hit you really fast. It's this tightrope walk that's full of stress and tension and relief when a new round comes. It feels like a horde-based survival mode, and this sort of thing, to me, training here in the tomb feels exactly how it felt when I first learned to train back in Horizon. It really does. I know that sounds weird. I know it looks different. We're using way different strategies, but the core of what's here, the cutbacks, the training, the shooting the gaps, it's all here. It's all present still, and I love it. And there we go, round 50. Now, I think I'm gonna make a mistake here. We're gonna save and quit. We're gonna throw on probiotic. So my turtle shell always has durable plates, so I have that extra armor durability. That's basically just like extra health whenever you're taking turtle shell hits, but I'm gonna switch to probiotic and hardened plates to mitigate more damage because we're gonna get hit quite a bit. All right. Oh, and it's a bug round. How lucky are we? I've got to remember, we have a death machine. That's good. When we spawn back in from a save game, you always get an elite zombie. Now that is, of course, unless you have a bug round, in which case it'll do the bug round first, and then the next round will have the elite. So we just got to be ready for that amalgam to spawn in. Oh, I actually didn't hear it yet. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, I did. Okay, so we're gonna just real quick ether shroud because I want to get a good clean test. Let's take care of him. That's good. We're gonna electrify those bugs, and this might be a little bit weird because now we've got that whole horde of zombies that just went over there, so it's gonna be really hard to find a gap, but I think we did it okay. And automatically look at how much damage we're taking. It's crazy, especially with those parasites. Even with probiotic, I would highly recommend taking care of those parasites because they can snipe you, stop your health regeneration. It's very dangerous, those parasites are. But now we can kind of do what we were doing before. I heard another amalgam. Oh boy, this is a bad idea. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. Come on. Well, luckily, if we get grabbed, we should be okay. We could do this with the insta kill. Oh, there's a nuke we could slide into. Now it's stunned, right? It's got low health, and then we can take care of it just like that. All right, so that's not too bad. That's good to do whether or not you have probiotic or turtle shell. And I love, again, that's, dude, the thing that I love about these sorts of things too is the fact that, oh my goodness, oh, it's so hard. We're so low on health. I mean, I know we're not, but it just feels that way. You're constantly getting hit. What I love about these high rounds is that those insta-kills and those nukes now feel very relevant. They feel so much more important to the game. Like you can strategize about them a little bit more. They feel like, yes, there's a nuke. I gotta do that, and I gotta go kill all the bosses now. Or yes, there's an insta-kill. Now I can take care of these special enemies. But hey, that is one successful round. We've just gotta clean up these guys. They should be lower on health. Very good. Let's see, round 52. We can test this against a mimic, see how good it is, and that is, oh my goodness, okay. Still one magazine. If I was a little bit better with my aim, probably would have been even faster, but that's a-okay. We lightning struck that doppelgast. Oh, there's lots of zombies, lots of zombies. And so as you can see, not just being hit all the time, like sure, if you're good at training, you can avoid being hit all the time, but additionally, you might notice that our armor is taking a bigger beating, and that is because we do have damage mitigation, that augment. Oh no, another doppelgast, dang it. We have the augment that increases damage mitigation. What that augment also does is it also reduces armor durability. So my armor is now taking way more damage because it's mitigating all that damage, and so I am more reliant on my armor shards that get dropped, and it's just It's personal preference. If you can handle it, that's fine. I'm not saying one's better or worse, but for me and how my brain works, especially for how often I get hit, I would much rather have the onus of only getting hit in the back if it means that I'm going to be at full health for longer and my armor is going to last a lot longer. But Jug, like I said, it's really the most personal preference perk in the game, and I like it because of that. It's really cool. And we'll just get another death machine. I noticed we were getting low. But if I told you back when the Tomb released that we would be hitting round cap with the Marine SP shotgun and the PPSH, would you believe me? I don't think you would. I think they've done a great job at balancing these guns and the augment system and these kill streaks in general. It's I love it. And here we go again. We're taking all this damage and we may be okay, but our armor is taking a beating. Now I know that it's a skill to not get hit, of course, but I don't think it's that far-fetched to say that you're probably gonna get hit semi-frequently in the high rounds compared to the low rounds. I don't think that's an unfair statement to make. And I know a lot of you might look at this gameplay and go, Donuts, this gameplay is great. I wish this is what the game actually was. I don't like it when you're just camping and sitting in a corner with a mutant injection or a wonder weapon or something. That's boring. And to that, I would say, I kind of agree, but also camping and having those camping strategies, they, to their credit, they also come with a little bit more nuance and strategy than we may give them credit for. And then I would like to point out that there's the argument that, oh my goodness, this game is so boring, all you do is camp, and oh my goodness, this game is so boring, all you do is run in circles, are like the two things that you could do in zombies. So like, either we're running in circles and it's boring, or we're sitting in a corner and it's boring. So I don't feel like those are, you stand on one or two sides of that aisle, and it's kind of a lose-lose situation. Now, you might blame Black Ops 6 for the fact that camping is so popular and like the default strategy, but if we work it through logically, that's just the nature of zombies, right? With this training strategy, with any training strategy, we are waiting for the zombies to spawn in and run down, spawn in and horde up behind us and then kill them. Whereas camping strategies, by their very nature, you're killing them as soon as you see them. So naturally, the camping strategies are going to be faster, and if they're safer or more efficient, or however you want to say it, of course that's going to be the meta strategy, because you want to get to high rounds as fast as possible. I mean, we're at, I forgot to see, my recording's at an hour and a half in. So hey, an hour and a half in, or at round 54, that's not half bad. Oh my goodness, so many hits. Okay, our armor, only have 2 armor plates even with golden armor. See if we can't get a shatter blast activation, thin out that herd a little bit. That's probably not exactly what we want to do with all these bosses in here. Now, the death machine, if you find yourself in this situation where you have so many mimics, what you can do, oh no, do that, take care of these mimics and everything, and just a little bit of that. Like I said, death machine is really good. You gotta be strategic though. Gotta watch your ammo, watch when you use it. You are very slow when you use it. And if it weren't for things like the chopper gunner or the mutant injection, I think those kill streaks would be fairly good. Man, you see, I've tried to make this room work running the opposite direction, but this always hangs me up. The spawn here and the spawn here merge, so it's really difficult to get past them, which is why I always go here. I was trying to go that way, but be careful when you ether shroud, because like you see there, got a huge line of zombies. But yes, like the hand cannon on like Liberty Falls is excellent for taking care of the manglers in one shot, or Terminus. And the death machine here is great for taking out amalgams and any other bosses. It's there's a lot of good variety. I don't mind the kill streaks at all. Now, I do want to mention this before as we hit round 55. You may notice I have some weird keybinds. I mean, 4 as my kill streaks, okay, that's not like the weirdest thing in the world, but I've got delete as my armor plate. What does that mean? Well, I'm going to show you a picture of the mouse that I use. This is the Razer Trinity. I don't think they make them anymore. I think it's the Razer Naga Pro V2 or something. Hey, hidden power, we got it, yay. I think that's the newest version they've got, but it has 12 buttons on the side. Oh my, look at all the fun things. And I have programmed those buttons to all sorts of different things. You can't see it right now, but I am not sliding with my left hand on my keyboard. I'm sliding with my mouse button. It is a big difference. I can aim, slide in any direction, use any of my WASD keys, and still have a button on my mouse to slide. I can reload and slide at the same time. I can aim and slide at the same time. It's really good. And delete is something with this 12 button mouse that I use constantly for video editing, and it's just another keybind that I can use on my mouse. So, oh my goodness, as we're, look at that cutback, look at that cutback, that's so good. Amalgam, no. So as we're in the thick of everything, if I'm shooting or, you know, strafing in one direction, I don't want to take my finger off of any of the WASD keys to just simply armor plate up. So I have it so that, where's that amalgam at? Slide, there you are, take out the horde while you're there. Oh man, PhD slider, I'm telling you, it's huge. But it's so nice, and PhD sliding, that's super great because I can slide and hold my sprint key, which gets you this like fast PhD. Oh my goodness, oh boy, easy now, donuts. Get you that really fast slide method that speedrunners use really easily, all while aiming and strafing and moving in all the different directions. It feels super smooth. Now, all of that to say, I'm just gonna take care of this guy real quick. Okay, thank you. All of that to say, I am going to link this mouse as well as my microphone, which a lot of people like, and my headphones, because these headphones I have used in my entire YouTube career, and they are, or basically my entire YouTube career, and they're awesome. One of my friends at work was an audio head, as they say, and he heavily recommended these. I'm sure they're outdated by now, but I will link them. Not in the description. I'm going to link them in this brand new thing on YouTube, the product page for me. I don't know. I just unlocked it. I'm going to put my mouse, my headset, microphone down there, and I might link my computer setup just because people ask me often like what my specs are and what I'm running with everything. So I'll link it there. Supposedly I get some payback from that. So if I'm going to be given recommendations, I figure maybe I can make a little bit of money from it. I can make like $2 from it. I don't know. It's just something new. If it's annoying, if it's like intrusive, let me know. But I don't really take sponsorship deals. There's not a whole lot that I would feel comfortable like selling to you guys. I'm not a good salesman. I'm really not. But I figure, you know, if I just tag what I already use and you guys like what I use and I get like I said, like $2 from it, then hey, you know, maybe that'll be enough. And I will say, I think I was wrong about probiotic here. I'm having a not half bad time as opposed to turtle shell, but I will say I very much still want turtle shell. Very much still want turtle shell. I think at the end of this round, I'm going to go back to turtle shell. For some reason, I'm just a freak and I feel way more comfortable with turtle shell on. Now, I guess I could say if you guys are interested in anything that I recommend, any products or something that you're looking for, I could link those in the product page too. So if it's something we like, if it's something that doesn't bother you, I think that'd be cool to engage with you guys a little bit. Oh, Mimic, how did I get grabbed twice in one game? Come on. But yeah, just let me know. The absolute goat. All right, gotta remember, we're probably gonna get an amalgam right away. Oh, yes, we do. We see it. I'm gonna pull this out, do this right there. Oh my goodness. We will speak nothing of this. Speak nothing of it. I don't want to hear a single thing from any of you. Don't talk about my turtle shell. I'm gonna hit this trap. Traps, I forgot to talk about traps. Traps are wonderful, especially in training strategies. They very much thin out the herd for ya. They make the rounds go by a lot faster because training, like we said earlier, is gonna be naturally slower than camping is. And again, I've been taking a decent amount of hits, but our armor's holding on strong. And these augments that we went over in this video, this is just one option. I've seen a lot of videos. Oh, I forget what's his name. I gotta look him up. His name is Nova Zenith. He makes the videos that I really need to make. These just really fun, wacky, sometimes maybe not the most efficient or meta strategies, but some of the best like gelling, build crafting, augment combinations out there. Specifically, I was thinking of the ones that for elemental pop make it so that your ammo mods trigger based on equipment and when zombies hit you. And I was just thinking that could be a really good elemental pop strategy here. If we're gonna get hit all this time, might as well put on an augment that releases an ammo mod for it, right? But now I'm gonna do a weird thing. I'm gonna buy this compact because the compact is one of the best SMGs in the game. We are going to pack-a-punch it, not once, not twice, but 3 times, and we will put Shatterblast on it and we'll go back. That shotgun, I wasn't feeling anymore. But I was playing Cold War Zombies the other day, and I very much felt the lack of save and quit. I was so sad sad. Not only that, but the ability to continue on after you beat the Easter egg, like that is a huge thing that you just don't think of. You just take it for granted. At least I take it for granted, because you beat the Easter egg and then the game's like, all right, you're just done. Instead of continuing on giving you any rewards or anything, you are just done with the game, and that is it. The game is decided. It is over, which like isn't the worst thing depending on what game or map it is. But there are just so many little tiny quality of life updates that culminate and really stack on top of one another in Black Ops 6 that make this feel like a completely different game and a lot higher quality of a game, if you ask me. One more round to go. And the reason I bring this up is that we're not going to exfil this game. We're just going to hit 60 and then beat 60, and then we're going to save and quit. And we've been able to save and quit this whole match, which is awesome, and change our augments mid-game. Look at all those times I got hit, dude, and I didn't take any health damage. I'm telling ya, armor plate up and we're good. Durable plates, it's great. Electricity, very good. Maybe we can shatter blast, get that compact some work. I very much like this because you got that perfect hip fire. We can use this a lot better than that shotgun between you and me. Oh, there's a shatter blast. Oh, that's such a good shatter blast. Now, as you're fighting this doppelgast, you got to be careful. Those respawners, you really got to give them respect. Kill that doppelgast, do this, slide through that. Very good. Good decision making. Can we get another lightning strike? Give us some time to focus on this doppelgast a little bit more. A lot of patience necessary, but man, is it worth it. Look at that. Doppelgast is done. Shatter blast in the center, kill all the zombies. Look at us go. Look at us go. Oh, PhD slide around. I love it. So many people make this mistake. They overcommit to shooting zombies. Overcommit to shooting zombies. Overcommit to shooting zombies. Overcommit. I literally don't even know what happened. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I hope we can get to 60. Oh no. Nobody is going to convince me Turtle Shell isn't good, okay? I don't care. I don't care. It's what happens when you get too focused on shooting zombies, you lose your peripheral vision. Again, 1000% my fault, as it should be. I don't think we have any dying wishes left anymore. Oh man. Well, let's hit some holiday cheer here before we leave the game or eventually die. But like even now, I've been at this for like, we're just now over 2 hours at round 59. But like those downs that I took, all of the dying wishes that I lost, all that does is like encourage me to try this again and again, because I know I can do better. I know I can play better than this, make better decisions, and that's the fun of zombies, is trying to get to that higher round, cleaner and better, going for that high score, and that tension that brings. I love training. Training is so fun. And hey, one final zombie got a wreath around its neck, and there is round 60. Round 60 with the PPSH, mind you. We'll pop a Newtonian negation as well to celebrate. I want to use more of these whimsicals. Oh, and rain burps. I haven't tried the new rain burps yet either, so we'll do that. Let's throw down a little explosion. Oh wow, look at all those. Look at all those bubbles. Oh, that's distracting. Oh no, that's distracting. Oh no, this is bad. the bubbles distracted me. You know what? I don't think I'm gonna save this game anymore. I think that's enough for today. Another amalgam. Have at me, amalgam, come on. You know, it's been a while since I've died. Let's see one of those cool animations. Another underrated thing about Black Ops 6, this tiny detail, these little cutscenes, so much atmosphere. Round 60, PPSH, training only, no mutant injection, turtle shell or probiotic, it's your choice. Either one, really fun to do. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you enjoyed the training instead of just camping in a spot. And if you are curious about the Cold War Zombies game I played, it may very well be the most relevant storyline map in regards to the up and coming Reckoning DLC. For all of the information, be sure to check out this video and stay beautiful.